you win trip to Mustang Ranch. Bob Weiss is buying. That's for team roping contestants only. First team's in the box, Craig Hamilton and Alan Bach. Off and running. Craig's good, Alan's here, and we rope a leg. +5.
1288.
All right, 12 and 88 100ths. 1288.
Gives you 7186.
There's 7186. 7186 now.
All right, here you go. There it is, what they've got to be 13-4.
Your second team rope, Arthur Rivera, Robert Murphy Jr.
They broke the barrier. 1101 plus 10 is 2101.
Thank you.
No, he held up 5 like that.
All right, we're 5 in the field plus 10. They had to be 1341 to stay in there. Well, the barrier took care of that.
7946.
They are now 7946. 7946. Third team to rope is team number 2, Bobby McClellan and Vic McKinley. They're 5802.
What? Well, what was the last time?
Last time was 2101.
They were 2101. Sorry, Steve, I didn't give you that.
The last time, including the 15, was 2102.
01.
2101, correct that. Bobby McClellan, Vic McKinley, the 5802 coming in. And they are 5 in the field.
1227.
They're 1227. 1227.
Is 7029.
They're 7029. Now go to the lead. It should go to the lead with a 7029. All right, there's the team. Now, our fourth team to rope is Darrell Solly and Speed Williams. They're 5719 coming in.
They have that much?
They have to be 1310 to win first, 1467 to win second, 2227 to win third.
They're down and dirty. It's clean out there. They had to be 1310 to win first. They go to the lead. 807 is what they are. 807. So now they're 65-26. 65-26. Now that puts them to the lead by 4 3/4 of a second. 4.7. Vernon Small, Dale Small. 54-68 to coming in the 10th place. This is team number 6.
10:58.
They got to be 10-5-8. Got to be 10-5-8 to go to the lead. And they rope a leg. So we're looking at
1342.
+5.
1342.
13 and 42 100ths. 1342.
6810.
They're now 68-10. Puts them second. 68-10. They are second in the average. Todd Klein and Ed Harry from Carson City.
1097.
Right down the road. They're 54-29. Team number 18 on your program. And they need 1097 to go to the lead. You get 10-9 to do it in. Might as well rope 1 and 8. 65-26 right now for Solly and Williams is in the lead. Here it is for Todd Klein, Ed Harry. Long look from Edward. They're clean.
1081.
1081. They've done it enough to go to the lead. 1081.
6510.
So that 1081 now puts them in at 65-10. They are 15 100ths of a second in the lead at this point. Next team is Carter and Carter, team number 14, coming in 7th from the bottom. They're 53-82. They have 11-28. Rope this steer, 11-28. I'm going to kiss this computer when we're done. Been waiting for this for 15 years.
The neat thing about this is the software will work on home computers. You don't need this IBM. It'll work on a home computer.
Now, if you have a home computer, the software, we're talking about compatibility, will work right on yours. You ought to try this sometime. Get 'em, boys. Brent and Craig. 5 in the field.
1307.
They are 1307. 1307.
Total of 6689.
They are 6689. Put them in fourth right now. 6689.
Go to team number 53.
Team number 53 in the 8th position.
Wrong, Carl.
5238, Bronk. Pryor, Carl Wilkin. 5238. They're 5.5 seconds away from the leaders right now. At this point, from this team on, it is 1 day money run steer. That's the difference between them and Pickett and Beers. Pryor and Wilkin. They've nailed them. They've nailed them.
710.
Well, the smoke's going to clear, and we're 710, 710.
5948.
59.48 now to the lead. 59.48. They were 5 seconds faster than they had to be. They needed to be 12.72. 59.48 on 6. And now let's go to Gilliman and Woodbury. 51.60. This is team number 16. Roping in the 9th of the best 15. They need to be, here's where the pressure starts, 7.88. 7.88. The top 3 teams could not be any better off than they've ever been right here. These next 4 teams, it's a win, lose, or draw right now. Either be clean, and you're in, a foot, a barrier, and you're out.
It's out. Didn't work.
Is it going to work? Get him up. Well, gentlemen, you've had an awful good afternoon. Let's give them a nice thank you. Doyle Gentleman, Lee Woodbury. It's all right, guys. Give her a good shot. Let's go to team number 69 now. Rusty Wright and Rick Stock. They have 843. That's where they are. 843. A little more or a little less pressure.
Got him. Leg.
He's in. Got a leg. There's 5 to add to that one. 12.30. 12.30 for Rusty and Rick.
Gives them 6335.
They're 63.35 now. 63.35. That'll put him second. 59.48. Still holding. Jake Barnes, Clay O'Brien Cooper, clean.
Backup? Yeah. 683.
683 is where we are. 683. When the pressure's on, these boys come around. 683 for O'Brien and Barnes. Now,
Gives them 5757.
they are 57-57 on 6. They go to the lead by 2 and 1/10. 2 and 1/10. The next team to go, Jay Elliman and Walt Woodard. Got to be 7:20.
Gotta hit those things hard. Yeah.
They're in and they're on.
796.
796. They may not go to the lead, but they're going to be right there in their face. 796 for Jay and Walter.
With a total of 5833.
They are 58-33 and now move to second. Jake and Clay, 57-57, hold the lead. 3 teams to go. David Moats, Dennis Gates, they're 50-25. Now, they're only a 10th off of the last team, so they've got to rope this steer. Picture perfect. They have 7:32 to do it.
That'll work.
Now, they're there. Clean. Clean, no problem. 7:45, they're in the top three.
57.70.
57.70 is where they go. Jumps them now to second. The leaders did what they had to do. Jake and Clay roped the steer. They took the 3 off of it that they needed to put the pressure on the last 4, and they're doing it. Brett Boatwright, Richard Skelton, 49.37. Now, they have 8:20 to do this in. 8:20. The next 2 teams have got a little slack. Really none, but a little. 57.57, 57.70, 58.33, 59.48, 63.35. The top 5 places. Here's your start. Brett, Richard, 2. You're in. You're in.
7.51.
7:51. They needed an 8.2. They did it in a 7.5.
56.88.
56.88 now. 56.88 puts them to the lead. They have just moved to the lead. O'Brien and Cooper at 57.57 moves them down 1 to second. Now, Pickett and Beers. D. Pickett, Mike Beers with a 46.82 coming in. Here's the team of the day. These gentlemen have 10 and 86 100ths. From the second to the third round, it was about 30 seconds separating. When we got to the end of the 4th, we're varied at 20. At the end, when we started into the 5th, about halfway, we had back to 25, 30 seconds again separating. It's all come down to a 10.86 run. 10.06, correct that, 10.06. So 10 flat or quicker. D. Pickett and Mike Beers. Nice, smooth practice run. $130,000 in 10 seconds for the last one. Out and running. Off and to him. Head catch is perfect. Lead, hang, and look and dally. Mike Beers, you're there. Ladies and gentlemen, 9.96, 4 100ths of a second. They're there.
56.78.
D. Pickett, if you ever follow another one that far and make my hide cringe again, I guarantee you it's over. I thought he was going to go halfway to Winnemucca before he'd ever pitch it. 9.96, that'll do it. 56.78. Now, let's take a look back to the computer, and I'll tell you just exactly how it all came down. Here comes the final run. I want to make sure we're picture perfect before we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, first is 56.78, Mike Beers and D. Pickett. 56.88, 10 100ths or 1/10. We're in there for Brett Boatwright and Richard Skelton for second. Third is Barnes and Cooper with a 57.57. Fourth, 57.70, Gates and Moats. Fifth is Woodard and Edelman with a 58.33. And sixth, Bronk Pryor and Carl Wilkin. We almost kept those first, well, the first 7. 6 out of the first 7 hung right in there. Dole Gettleman and Lee Woodbury, the only team that moved out. That is the Bob Feist Invitational. We look back for the fastest time, unless that it's changed, would be 5:64 for the $2,000.
No, I'm talking about for the go.
5:64 for the $2,000 from Dellis Enterprises,
I think it's
Del Ellis.
683, but let me check.
Here comes the trailers from the Peppermill Hotel Casino, the Charmac trailers and Roper Sports News, Justin Boots.
Just need one, or how many places?
And here comes the stage. Now, cameras, get ready. We'll be over there with you in a minute.
Mel Saraceno's Canby Horseman Supply in Canby, Oregon, the Pacific Northwest's largest dealer of crate saddles, featuring the Mike Beers Roper. Ride the same saddle as champion roper Mike Beers. Call today for the lowest prices and fastest service in America. Canby Horseman Supply guarantees satisfaction on all saddles sold. We'll ship anywhere in the continental United States at no charge, and there is no sales tax. Mel Saraceno's Canby Horseman Supply. Phone today, 503-266-7997. Remember, if you don't buy from us, we both lose money. The Jackpot is a computer program that will run any kind of team roping, from sign-up to payoff. It will run on your home computer so easily, you don't even need to know anything about computers to use it. On the screen, everything you need to know is right in front of you. It does everything a secretary can do, only faster. It can actually be hooked to an electric eye and time your roping. While running the roping, you can add teams until the end of the go-round, and you can also drop a team to the end of the go-round. Several safeguards are built into the Jackpot. If power is turned off, when it is restored, the Jackpot will resume the roping exactly where it left off. All information is safeguarded against loss. We offer a money-back guarantee. If you are not completely satisfied for any reason, your money will be refunded. Jackpot, the program built by people who rope, for people who rope. For more information, call Rodeo Computer Services, Escalon, California, 209-838-3730.
Ladies and gentlemen, $130,000 in 1987 is a lot of money, and the Bob Feist Invitational is proud to say, well, we've got a winning team that have been a winning team for a long time. And this particular team for the last year or so, after winning a gold buckle, have been up and down and inside out. And maybe today, Mike Beers, the pressure was on you. He ran the last steer as far as he could possibly run him, put the pressure on you. Is the slump over? Is it Beers and Pickett back to the lead, another gold buckle? Are you going to give Jake and Clay the run for the money?
We'd like to. The last year or so, we've been kind of changed around. We lost both our good horses. We both got good horses now, and made a lot of difference here. D roped good, gave me a lot of chances. The last steer was kind of my fault. We went so long. Steer cut to the right. I should have, done my job in hazing him. I waited too long, and we just did what we had to do.
He said the steer went to the right. You said your horse froze up. You let him out. Who's going to make the excuses?
Well, I'm really not going to make any excuses. My horse didn't really freeze up. I just sit in there a little too long. The steer wouldn't stand right. He kept wanting to back to the back of the chute, and I let him stand there too long. And it was the first time all day he didn't score perfect, but he scored all right. I got out a little late, and I didn't want to put that much pressure on Mike, but, he came through.
That's so much for the seriousness. Now, Mikey, to the real side of it. Big bucks. Have you ever won this much money to team roping before?
No.
Have you ever won a box of prizes, gold and silver and diamonds and Charmac trailers and all the things that go with it like this before?
Not until now.
Is this as close to a gold buckle as you'll ever get, or maybe another one, but is it as close?
It's as close as I've been.
Will you agree?
Yeah, I'll agree. We've come to this roping a lot of times in one go-rounds or something, but have something go wrong before we get to the high teams. It'd be nice to be able to go to our schools and tell those guys we can catch 6 in a row.
Just how happy are you?
I'm real happy about that.
Congratulations to the both of you. Mike Beers, D. Pickett, your 1987 champions. Not to stand in front of the champions, if you'd like to do the open for this television show, it might be a nice time to do it and welcome all of the people. It's all over. It's the biggest, it's the best it's happened. Why is it bigger and better, Bob Feist?
Well, it's mainly because of the support of people like this, the spectators that have come, the ropers that have come up. When we started this thing, there was no place for the real good ropers to go, so we wanted an open roping that was strictly built for them. And as you know, the first opens were invitational. And we invited just the top teams. And my rule of thumb was then anybody that had beat me could come. And that was a pretty big list. But then I finally opened it up to the world. And I'm sure glad to see these two guys. They kind of had a reputation of not doing good here, but my checkbook shows that they always took some money home, but never this much. They're going to take over $50,000 in cash and awards today. Pretty nice. And thank you, darling, for right in front of our camera.
That's Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, for Rodeo Sports Page, I'm Bob Tallman. To all of the fans here today, could we have one more round? The victory, Cowboys. Mike Beers and D. Pickett. And they did it all. 1/100th, you might say, of a second or 1/10. They won it. It doesn't make any difference with the times now.